Welcome back, Adore Cream. This is my final video about the great Hitnrun Phase 2 album, and today we're reviewing the last two tracks of the album, which are Revelation and Big City. Both of these songs are incredible, and the first one I'm going to discuss, which is called Revelation, is in a unique league of Prince songs. Basically, songs like Adore, When Doves Cry, 17 Days, Forever in My Life, and The Cross, If I Was Your Girlfriend, Love Sexy, the song I mean, and Cream pretty much make it into this elite league of songs. This song is a pure classic, and there are two main elements that turn the song into a classic. One is that Prince has a new part-time sax player in the new power generation called Marcus Anderson, who's actually an amazing sax player, probably the best saxophone player Prince has had since basically the days of Atlanta Bliss and people like that, and also even Eddie M, who we actually heard was on Around the World in a Day and on Sheila E's group. But the sax lines going through it are amazing. There's also some... Jay's already mentioned how much of a classic the song is because, you just got Prince's vocals are very sexualized, they're very creamy. He's singing in this falsetto, and I mean the sax is just propelling it along, but there's also these amazing guitar breaks in the song too, and some of the guitar soloing is just phenomenal. The lyrics, I've listened to the song several times to work out what the lyrics are about, and I still don't get it. My guess is that he's having a memory at the start of some beautiful woman who's turned him on to basically the wonders of ancient Egypt and mystical previous civilizations. So it's new agey, but the innuendo suggests that he's almost talking about sex. And when I first heard the album, I got caught in by it when he went, "The task at hand is to keep doing you until you come to revelation." But the revelation is actually these mystical tenets of these ancient civilizations he's learning about in the line, "Can I play with you, baby?" is basically, and he goes, "Your mind." So it's not about sex. You almost think it's about sex, but it's actually not about sex, although you could misconstrue it this way. And that's what makes the song into a real classic. If it was just about sex and doing it, it'd be a pretty good song with some great music, but this is deeper. Prince has made a song that's so deep, even I cannot get into it, and I like to analyze things, but this is a deep, deep, deep song. And it is deep in the funk, and it's just a classic, and this is basically the reason why everybody just, all us Prince fans are just going crazy over this album, basically. And it is a wonderful album. This is the NME magazine from 2014, which is about Prince, and as you can see, some of their opinions I find a bit controversial. I think Parade and Love Sexy are a wee bit better than recommended albums, and also, where is Dirty Mind on this list? That and the Gold Experience. But the next song, so basically Revelation goes on for 5.5 minutes, and it's got the most beautiful sound. Then we move into track 12, Big City, and this is a big, basically horn-infused party. Like Jay said, this is basically end of the album, let's party music, and it is. That's what it is. There's some great horns going for it. In fact, the album actually, the song features the 11-piece horn heads set doing all the horns in the background, but there's also a lot of guitar. There's female vocals, almost certainly probably Judith Hill or someone like one of the Third Eye Girls, or even possibly Miss Kane herself. But Prince is singing about partying. He talks about having a big party in the big city, meeting a girl who's so pretty, that she's the one. Loving her is like loving in the big city. So is that a size reference or not? Who knows? It's a great song. It parties on, it funks up, and it's 6.5 minutes long. 4.5 minutes basically the music stops and Prince goes confusion, and then you hear the guitars and drums and things playing, almost like the end of It's Going to Be a Beautiful Night on Sign of the Times. And this album's not quite on the level of Sign of the Times, but it's coming close. I think on this list, least to be recommended, but I'm moving it towards essential. So that's really the last two songs of the album. Then there's for some reason on my copy, there's about a minute of silence after Big City finishes, which is bizarre. So that's pretty much my summary of the whole album. I mean, basically with the end of Big City, you've got an album which I consider to be pretty much shorn of any filler. I mean, even the best albums have some filler, but this has got 12 full-length songs. When I say full-length, I don't mean like any 1 or 2 minute skits like Mars. There's no talking, there's no just songs that are just instrumental breakdowns. Instrumentals are fine, but they're not really real tracks in my opinion, and a lot of Prince ones have lately been like 2 minute thingies. But I'm also trying not to say you know so much, because I play these videos back and it's you know, and it sounds really dumb, makes me look really dumb. And yeah, it's New Year's Eve here in New Zealand. It's 28 degrees outside. That's about 85 for you Yanks who don't understand modern temperature measurement systems. And it's a very hot day, and I'm only wearing the t-shirt for this video, but basically this is the end of it. Yeah, my old friend Ethereal, Nightchild Ethereal is going to be, finally we decided we're going to put out the duets videos, the ones where we have the duos over basically what is the sexiest, the most spiritual and silliest Prince songs. And then I'm going to come back in the new year after I've gone away for a couple of weeks. That's what we do here in New Zealand, is we go to the beach usually over the summer months. And then we're going to probably I'm going to launch into a next project, which I think will probably be a video about how I got into Prince. That's going to be a fun story. Basically, going to talk about how I was watching Cream on TV one day, and I just saw the dancing, the music, and because I was 15, I thought it was funny because it looked like they were having sex on stage and everything else, and I just thought, wow, this guy's really great. He's even better than Michael Jackson. And then after that, I'm going to do, like basically like Jay is going to do too. I'm going to do a big sum up video. But before I do that, I don't want to make you guys wait too long. I'm going to name the songs in order from best to worst on the album. And let me tell you now, the song that got last, the worst song on this album, I still consider to be an excellent song. I mean, it's about 7 out of 10 towards 8 out of 10. So we're not talking about any rubbish here, basically. So number 1, of course, as you heard, is Revelation. Number 2 is Stare. Number 3 is Groovy Potential. Number 4 is Black Muse. 5th, I'm going to say Baltimore. 6th will be, let me think, well, pretty much songs 6 to 10 could be any of the following, basically. Rock and Roll Love Affair, Too Young to Dare. What else have we got on this album? The song number 7, When She Comes, and Screwdriver. Now number 11 would definitely be Look at Me, Look at You, and my least favorite is Extra Lovable, but I still really love that song. But yeah, so that's pretty much my order. Overall, putting it on the overall Prince ranking scale of my 39 albums. I mean, you've already heard the 38 albums on my other 3 videos. If you haven't watched them, they're there. And basically, I'm going to interrupt this album will slot in at the top. Basically, it's going to be in the top 10. Now, the old top 10 was 1, Sign of the Times, 2, Purple Rain. No, not Purple Rain, sorry. 2 was 1999, Free Parade. 4, Love Sexy. 5, Purple Rain. 6, The Gold Experience. 7th best album by Prince was Dirty Mind. 8th was Around the World in a Day. Number 9 was Artificial Age. And Controversy was number 10. Now I have to say bye-bye Controversy. You've now dropped down to 11th. Basically, number 10 will now become Artificial Age, which keeps its place in the top 10. So we've got 2 recent albums in that top 10. And then number 9 is going to be Around the World in a Day. Number 8 will be Dirty Mind. And in at number 7, so far, is this album, Hitnrun Phase 2. So basically, we're listening to an album which is just outside the top 5 Prince albums, which I consider the most essential classics. And I was going to say it's better than the Gold Experience, but the Gold Experience just still has a wee bit more than what this album has. I mean, the songs on this album are good, but there's no I Hate You, there's no Billy Jack Bitch, there's no songs like Endorphin Machine or even Pussy Control, basically. But and there's definitely no unreleased monsters like Days of Wild. So yeah, we're looking at basically. So we're looking at a very good album here. We're looking at something that you'd put in between Dirty Mind and the Gold Experience. I mean, that's pretty high up on the Prince scale, you have to agree. So there you are. There's the end of my reviews. Hope you've enjoyed them all. I mean, my views are looking a little low. I mean, some of my videos are up over 100, which is really great, but some of them are like lurking in the single figures. And these review videos of songs have probably been the most least unpopular, with only on average about 50 views per video. And well, the last one due to take off, it was 5 views when I looked. Hopefully it'll get higher. I'm just blaming it on Christmas. But yeah, so basically, yep, there's a great album there, just waiting for you to explore. And basically, I've enjoyed reviewing what I consider to be my 7th best Prince album of all time. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering, Kama Sutra is still the very worst Prince album, and I don't think much has happened to New Power Soul either. So yeah, have a funky time and a funky new year.